one that also ensures the security of Israel and makes the necessary commitments to do so. In light of these considerations, the Court should not find that Israel is legally obligated to immediately and unconditionally withdraw from occupied territory. The Court can address the questions before it within the established framework based on the Land for Peace principle and within the parameters of established principles of occupation law. Mr. President, members of the Court, as I said at the outset, you have a difficult task before you. Others have asked you to broadly construe the questions and the law. They have asked you to try to resolve the whole of the dispute between the parties through an advisory opinion addressed to questions focusing on the acts of only one party. The United States disagrees with that this approach would be consistent with the Court's role within the United Nations or the established UN framework for achieving peace through negotiations. Hamas's attacks, hostage-taking, and other atrocities, the ongoing hostilities and the suffering of Palestinians in Gaza, and the violence in the West Bank reinforce the United States' resolve to urgently achieve a final peace that includes the full realization of Palestinian self-determination. The current crisis illustrates the vital need to achieve this peace, this final peace, with a Palestinian state living safely and securely alongside a secure Israel, fully integrated into the region. As Secretary Blinken said, quote, "We're not going to have durable security for Israel unless and until Palestinian political aspirations are met," end quote. The lack of meaningful progress on a negotiated end to the conflict and establishment of peace between the parties and for the region cannot and must not persist. The Security Council and General Assembly continue to make clear their support for the two-state solution and the established framework to fulfill it. This conflict cannot be resolved through violence or unilateral actions. Negotiations are the path to lasting peace. For these reasons, we respectfully encourage the Court to carefully calibrate its advice in this proceeding to support and promote final realization of peace and stability within the established UN framework set out in Security Council Resolutions 242 and 338. Mr. President, members of the Court, this concludes the oral statement of the United States. I thank you for your kind attention.
I thank the delegation of the United States of America for its presentation, which brings to a close this morning's hearing. The Court will meet again this afternoon at 3 p.m. to hear the Russian Federation, France, the Gambia, Guyana, and Hungary. The sitting is adjourned.